Okay, as we mentioned earlier, UFC 304 is across the pond in
Co-op
Manchester, England, United Kingdom, Britain, Great Britain.
comma,
So in honor of the Earth, in honor of that,
comma Earth.
we
I
got
heard
top
that.
5 British things. So Alex, I think it's your pick first.
It is. Last week we did. What was last week's draft?
Put me on the spot here, Alex.
I know. I put myself on the spot even mentioning it.
Regardless, I had the first pick.
And it was a good pick. Go check it out. We'll link it.
We will. But how about you kick us off here? Top 5 British things. A lot of different ways to go.
Yeah.
I believe if you're an OG fan, you may have heard our top 5 British people in the past. Probably about a year ago, the last time they were in England.
Very, very close to a year ago.
Well, this one's a little different.
My top British thing. If I think about British, GB as they say,
Britannia.
I gotta think of the monarchy.
Oh,
The reason, it's like they got the show The Crown, the Queen, the King. It's everybody knows about queens and kings. They are the most popular monarchy. So when I think about Great Britain and the such and the like, I think about the monarchy. So
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle, Meghan making money, all the things.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me. It's a good pick, but that was going to be Clara's guest pick this week, my beautiful girlfriend, Clara.
Well,
She did give me a backup, but that was her first choice. So that one hurts a little bit, but it is a very good pick. It is one of the things you think of most when you think of Britain.
That's kind of where my draft is going to be based. Is like when I think of Britain, what do I think about? If I'm thinking about British in general, the top British things, I'm not Googling. I'm thinking about the things that just pop in.
I understand.
All right. What's your first pick, sir?
So my first pick is going to be the backup pick Clara gave me, but it's actually, I think it's a better pick. So this is for my beautiful girlfriend, Clara.
Bias, but whatever.
This is her guest pick of the week.
She didn't even say it first. She said it was her backup pick.
Well, wait till you hear it.
It's not. It can't be better. Just saying.
It is the most popular game in the world, most popular game of all time, soccer/football. They invented it. They care the most about it. They have the richest teams, biggest teams. They're not the best at it, but they're good at it.
They're pretty damn good.
They're very good, but they're just not the best. But they are probably the most soccer crazed,
Shout out the Euros.
crazed nation in the world. They care about it a lot. They have the most expensive league in the world, biggest TV rights, all that good stuff. So football, soccer, they invented it. They love it. Britain.
Would you say? Never mind. I'm not even going to get into a soccer versus football debate. It's not worth it. That is a good pick. I have to say you turned me on to soccer, so we're watching it right now. Shout out Manchester City. Is that
Yes,
right?
it's Manchester.
Hell yes, I'm getting it right. But yeah, that's a good pick. What do you have for your second pick?
Oh, so my second pick. This is where it gets kind of hard.
Immediately, the rubber's meeting the road.
Well, there's
because
just so many stuff.
we're
So
some-
you said
we're some dumb Americans.
I have a lot to choose from, and I was kind of saying which way I was going to go. But you said something that made me think, and it's kind of going to gear my draft too. You said it's going to be the thing you think of most when you think of Britain. So my number 2 pick is going to be the British accent. They have one of the most distinguishable accents in the world. No matter where, because of their past colonial enterprises, no matter wherever you go in the world, whether it's North America all the way to Southeast Asia, there's British people,
Yeah.
and there's the British accent. And
Yeah.
it's recognizable. Everybody in the world knows the British accent, from the Americas, Africa, Europe, Asia. Australia is pretty much a bastardized version of the British accent.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is actually.
So my number 2 pick is going to be the British accent.
That ranked pretty high on my list. The British accent was going to be my guest pick as well. So stab me, I stab you, you stab me. It's fair. Shout out Jackson. Sorry, buddy.
I'm not.
Nice. That's a good pick. I can't argue with it. It is a crazy sounding accent. You can spot it a mile away. I'm not even going to try to do a bad one. So
Hello.
yeah, that's terrible.
Uh-uh.
That's better. All right. My second pick. Oh, I forgot to mark off soccer on the list. My bad. I've got to go with tea.
Oh, I had tea on mine. That's a good pick, and I love tea.
A lot of people love tea.
They also do something that's very good. Do you like tea?
I'm not a huge fan of tea. I'll drink it if it's.
Hot tea with milk in it.
See,
Oh,
I would
so
much
good.
prefer hot tea than like a cold like tea.
I love all tea. I don't think they drink cold tea.
I love Ted Lasso's approach to tea. That's just great. It's dirty water that tastes like nothing. I love it. But yeah, tea. When you think of British, once again, the British are coming. You know, the Boston Tea Party.
Boston Tea Party.
All the things British, you think of tea. Also, people who like tea, good tea is, you know, British from the UK. So there you go.
That's a good pick. I like that pick. I had it on my list, so I can't even hate.
Can't even hate. My third pick. There we go. I've got to go with the Union Jack.
The flag.
Yeah, the flag is a pretty cool flag.
It is a good flag, and it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's one of the main flags that, you know, everybody can kind of point out. You know, like it's a big deal country. You know, not like, let me not say one, but one of them. Yeah, the Union Jack. It's
Like
also
Haiti.
God, there you go. Yeah, just like Haiti. Never could pick that flag out. Yeah, the Union Jack is a cool flag. It looks cool.
Shout out to all our Haitian listeners out there.
And then some people in America took it and just completely tried to change part of the meaning of it, but whatever. But yeah, the Union Jack's a pretty cool flag. It's
Yeah,
definitely
I like that.
notable. You can,
I mean, it's recognizable. Yes.
yeah, absolutely. What's your third pick?
So my third pick, this is tough. I'm gonna go with probably the most famous fictional British person.
Okay.
You've seen him. You love him. He has books. He has movies. It's a character that's been around, I think, since the 50s. It's gonna be James Bond.
There you go.
My number 3 pick, James Bond. He's the coolest guy. Crazy super spy.
He's a
Always
cool guy.
figures it out. Always has a cool car. Always gets the girl.
Is it always an Aston Martin?
It's always an Aston Martin.
Nice.
I think they tried to change it one time and it was a big deal.
So they're like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Got it. And it has to be it in movies, isn't it? Have to be by like a British person.
I think it's always been. And I think even in most of the movies now, he's still, in the recent ones, it's Aston Martin and it's an old Aston Martin still. So I think it's typically like that 60s style.
Yeah, I know one of the new ones had the DB9, a newer one, but I believe he was taking it from someone. So
Yeah.
anywho, yeah, that's a good pick.
James Bond's the coolest guy in the world.
Yeah, if only he were real. Well, I guess he could be. We just never know about him.
007.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, so James Bond, my number 3 pick, and now my number 4 pick.
Manchester City just got scored on.
Yeah, it's a friendly. It doesn't matter, Alex. You have a lot to learn.
Whatever. Watch them lose. Still hurts.
My number 4 pick. This is going to be, my beautiful girlfriend Clara did not pick this pick, but
You're trying to attribute things.
it
So
makes
this
me,
is the problem here. Is you're
it makes
putting
me-
words in mouths.
it makes me think of her, and you'll see where I'm going. It's the most famous. The sport it is, and the tournament it is the most famous out of that sports tournament.
Bitch, I know what you're about to pick.
Wimbledon, my number
Yeah.
4 pick. Iconic grass courts. It's like the Masters of tennis. With
Shout out-
Masters is to golf.
Shout
it
out
was
Carlos
tennis.
Alcaraz. Just won
Alcaraz, yes, he's like 20-something years old,
it.
and,
22.
he's won
Monster. 4 majors.
2 Wimbledons in a row. He's won the last 2 majors
Nuts.
by himself. But yeah, Wimbledon, they make you wear all white. They have all these standards. And it's just the most prestigious tennis tournament in the world. One of the most prestigious sporting events in the world, regardless of sport.
Yeah, I'd have to say even people who don't watch it, like kind of like the Stanley Cup and stuff. You tune in for the big things.
Yeah.
Casual people. I watched a lot of Wimbledon this year, and I've never watched tennis.
I
so
love Wimbledon.
there
But
you
yeah,
go.
Wimbledon, my number 4 pick.
That's a good pick. My number 4, I'm gonna go with more British things. Ta-da. I've got to go with something again that makes me feel like it's British. Castles.
I thought about that, but
Most of the world's castles are in Great Britain. They have I looked it up earlier today. They have over 4,000 castles, and a lot of them, maybe not 4,000 of them, but there's a good amount of them that are still being lived in and stuff.
I agree. I like the castles, but I don't
And
think
it's-
it's distinctly British.
Yeah, whatever. I don't
You got
care.
French ones, you got German ones, Italian, Spain.
They probably have the most.
Spain has Castiles.
Yeah, but these are like castles. Like if you thought of Game of Thrones, these are those kind of castles. These are like traditional castles, which just make them cool. You know, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, knights, castles, yada yada, dragons. Boom. England has them. Castles is a good pick. I don't care what you say.
So Castles is your number 4 pick?
My number 5 pick is BBC. Not to be
I
confused.
was thinking BBC as well.
Not to be confused.
I'm
with-
always thinking BBC.
Yeah, I bet you are always thinking BBC, but not the entertainment British television network. Look at how
What other BBC is?
some big. Never mind. We'll move past it. BBC. That's my pick. When I think of British, think of the BBC, the British. I don't know what the BC stands for.
Broadcasting Company.
There you go. Should have looked that up. I'm lazy. It happens. But that's my 5th pick, the BBC. What's your 5th pick?
My 5th pick is going to be one of their slang words.
I have a few slang words on my list.
My 5th pick is going to be the term of endearment, mate.
Oh,
Mate is one. Good day, mate. Mate is. Everybody wishes they could pull off saying mate like the British pull off saying mate.
could you pull up saying bruv?
Bruv.
I feel like
I
feel
sound
like,
British when I say bruv.
I feel like you could. I feel like everybody could just get behind saying
Bruv.
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 I like it when they say bruv. That's a good one.
But yeah, mate is my number 5 pick as a vocabulary word. I think it's awesome. I like saying mate.
Before we go on and recap all 5, you have any cool honorable mentions you want to?
I do have one. I was thinking about picking as my last pick. Great Britain, 4 countries in one. I think that's pretty cool. You got Wales, Scotland, England, and Northern Ireland.
Shout out the stereotypically bad teeth.
Bad Teeth was on there. Stonehenge,
Stonehenge, Big Ben,
Big Ben, Fish and Chips,
the pound.
The Pound,
But the pound's not worth more than the dollar, so
Doctor Who,
it's I guess not a top British thing if you think
Doctor
about it.
Who,
Ted
London,
Lasso,
Ted
Shakespeare,
Lasso, London,
Sherlock Holmes,
The Open,
Powder
the British
Wigs.
Open, Powder Wigs.
I almost, if I
Didn't
could
have that
gotten
one
it,
on my list.
If I could have gotten it, I was gonna come in with a full like British Parliament costume, but they're expensive.
But yeah, let's
That'd have been hilarious.
recap. My number 1 was From My Beautiful Girlfriend Clara, football/soccer.
But it
Number
really
2,
wasn't.
British accent. It was. My number 3, James Bond. My number 4, Wimbledon. And my number 5, the term mate.
My number 1 is the monarchy. Number 2 is tea. Number 3 is the Union Jack. Number 4 is castles, and number 5 is that good old BBC.